You feel it, don't you? That quiet voice deep inside, whispering that you're meant for more. But you're stuck. Safe. Comfortable. And that is the problem. Comfort is the enemy of growth. The killer of dreams. The silent trap you didn't even know you walked into. You weren't born to play it safe. You were born to rise. To stretch. To push the limits of who you think you are. But that won't happen if you stay where it's easy. Where it's familiar. Where you don't have to feel the fear. Let me tell you the truth. Success doesn't live in your comfort zone. It lives on the other side of it. Outside is where the magic happens. Where your real power wakes up. Where the life you really want begins. But you have to decide. You have to move. Even when it's uncomfortable. Even when it's scary. Especially then. Because fear is not the enemy. It's the signal. The sign you're heading somewhere new, somewhere bigger. And if you keep waiting until it's easy, until you're ready, you'll wait forever. This is your moment. To leap. To grow. To break through the barrier you built for yourself. Your comfort zone is a cage. And freedom is one bold step away. So I'll ask you this. Will you stay small? Or will you rise? Because nothing changes until you do. And your future is waiting. Just outside your comfort zone. Success doesn't respond to fear. It responds to faith. Not blind hope. But deep, burning belief. Belief in yourself. Belief in the unseen. Belief in a future that hasn't happened yet. But will, if you move toward it. Everything begins with belief. Everything. You can have the skills. You can have the knowledge. But without belief, you'll hesitate. You'll second guess. You'll stay stuck. Because belief is what gives you the courage to act. To take the leap. To risk looking foolish. To face failure and keep going anyway. Without belief, you'll cling to comfort. You'll tell yourself stories. It's not the right time. I'm not ready. What if I fail? Let me ask you this. What if you don't try? What if you play it safe your whole life? And never find out who you could have become? The greatest risk is not taking one. Growth demands discomfort. That's the price. That's the exchange. You trade comfort for freedom. You trade fear for purpose. You trade security for greatness. And you know what? It's worth it. Every time. Because when you step into the unknown, you meet a version of yourself you've never seen before. Stronger. Wiser. Louder. Clearer. Unstoppable. But that version doesn't show up while you're waiting. It shows up while you're walking. While you're building. While you're daring to move forward, even if your knees are shaking. Risk is not the enemy. Risk is the doorway. And belief is the key. You have to see it in your mind. Before you can hold it in your hands. You have to feel it. Not just when things are good. But when everything is uncertain. When nothing makes sense. When your old self screams at you to turn back. That's when you double down on belief. That's when you tell yourself, I was made for more than this. You're not here to live in fear. You're not here to hide. You're here to rise. To lead. To grow into everything you are. Not everything you've been told to be. So take the risk. Speak the idea. Launch the dream. Say yes to the thing that scares you. Because that's where your next level lives. You'll never regret believing in yourself. You'll only regret the moments you didn't. And the truth is, no one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you it's safe. It will never feel safe. But you don't need safe. You need purpose. You need faith. You need vision. And when those things live inside you, nothing can stop you. So go ahead. Take the first step. Even if it's shaky. Even if it's messy. Even if no one else understands it yet. Because belief is the bridge. And bold action is the path. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to move with faith. Through the fear. That's where success lives. Right there. Outside your comfort zone. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times. Before he invented the light bulb. 1,000 chances to quit. 1,000 moments to say, maybe this isn't for me. But he didn't stop. Because he believed. He believed in a world that didn't exist yet. And he dared to create it. That's not luck. That's not talent. That's faith, backed by relentless action. Now think about Oprah Winfrey. Fired from her first job in television. Told she wasn't fit for TV. Most people would have gone back to safe. To what was familiar. But not Oprah. She leaned into her voice. She trusted her vision. She turned rejection into a platform. And built an empire. Not because it was easy. But because she refused to stay small. Look at Elon Musk. He risked every dollar he had. He invested everything into SpaceX and Tesla. There were moments he was days away from losing it all. But he held the vision. He believed in the impossible. He didn't retreat to safety. He ran into uncertainty. And now he's changing the world. These people aren't special because they had no fear. They're special because they didn't let fear decide. They moved. They built. They dared. And every time they were pushed, they pushed back. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for perfect timing. They stepped outside the lines. Outside the comfort zone. And that's where transformation began. Let's go further back. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Let that sink in. The man who dreamed up entire worlds was told he wasn't creative enough. Rejected. Broke. Sleeping in his office. But he had the image in his mind. And he held on to it. Not because it made sense to the world. But because it meant everything to him. That's what belief does. It anchors you. When the world tries to shake you. And it's not just the legends. Ordinary people do it every day. The single mother who starts her business from her kitchen table. The student who drops out to chase a dream no one else understands. The man who walks away from a steady paycheck. To build something with soul. They're not reckless. They're awake. They've seen what comfort costs. And they're no longer willing to pay that price. They choose growth. They choose belief. They choose risk. Because staying the same is more terrifying than failing. And here's the truth. Every one of them felt doubt. Every one of them faced resistance. But they moved anyway. That's the key. Not waiting until the fear disappears. But acting through it. Moving with it. Turning it into fuel. Because success doesn't show up for the timid. It shows up for the bold. For the ones who raise their hand and say, I don't know how, but I'm willing to try. And if you're listening to this, that power lives in you too. You don't need a guarantee. You need a decision. To stop shrinking. To stop hiding behind someday. And to step boldly into the unknown. The people who change the world are the ones who are willing to look foolish while they build something no one else sees yet. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's courage. And it starts with belief. So now, it's your turn. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. You've waited long enough. You've played it safe long enough. You've doubted yourself long enough. And deep down, you already know it. There's a voice inside you. The one that whispers late at night. This isn't all there is. You're meant for more. You can do this. That voice is truth. And it's time you listened. Because if you don't choose your future, comfort will choose it for you. And comfort doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about your gifts. It only cares about keeping things the same. But you weren't born for same. You weren't born for average. You were born to grow. To rise. To transform. You're not here to survive. You're here to create. To stretch. To lead. To live so boldly that your very presence wakes people up. But none of that happens until you step out. Yes. It's scary. Yes. It's risky. But so is staying stuck. Because every day you stay in the comfort zone, you're shrinking. You're dimming your own light. You're settling for less than what you were designed for. And you know what hurts more than failure? Regret. Looking back and realizing you never even tried. Don't let that be your story. Don't let that be your life. Take the risk. Make the call. Start the thing. Say yes. Say no. Say enough. Enough fear. Enough waiting. Enough pretending to be small. You don't need permission. You need a decision. One clear, bold moment. Where you choose yourself. And from that moment on, everything changes. Doors open. Energy shifts. The right people show up. Why? Because you finally aligned with who you are meant to be. You stepped out. And the universe responded. That's not coincidence. That's power. Your power. So this is your invitation. This is your moment. Not later. Not when you feel ready. Right. Now. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Believe in the vision you've been given. Dare to chase what sets your soul on fire. And trust deep in your bones that the path will appear. When you move, your comfort zone will always be there. But your future won't wait forever. So take the leap. Write the chapter. Break the pattern. Build the dream. Let today be the day. You stopped holding back. Let today be the day. You became unshakable. Let today be the day. You stepped into your power. And never looked back. Because success isn't waiting for the perfect moment. It's waiting for you. So what are you waiting for? Go. Now.